YuGiOh players, what is happening? This is my third iteration of an Ojama deck that I have been working on. I believe this is the best version I have made so far, and it's just Ojama Fusion Turbo, not Turbo, but like Ojama Fusion, just really leaning on what is the best parts about the Ojamas. And essentially, me and my buddy have discovered that not leaning on Ojama Knight, like instead of just using it as an engine, Ojamas as an engine, we're going to use them as the main core like principle of the deck and have other things will work around the Ojama engine instead of just like not completely relying on it, because not playing Ojama Knight and Ojama King is like playing heroes without playing Ab Zero. So that's what we've discovered, and through some play testing, it did compete pretty well against his Hero Frogs, Ab Zero Turbo. So that's good news. So we got double Caius because double Caius. We got the Debris Dragon because Debris Dragon can bring back blue, and it can bring back your Knight, and it can bring back King. So you can turn a Debris Dragon normal summon into 4,500 damage or 5,000 damage, or you can use it to bring back blue and then crash into a Stardust, stuff like that. King of the Swamp because it works well with the Debris Dragon and it searches our poly, and it allows us to go into a Black Rose. We got Morphine Jar, which just discards our hand and gets us back into the game, or it gets dead draws out of our hand, or it triggers Oja Magic, allowing us to plus massively. Ojama Blue is the bread and butter. We search names off this. We go for countries. We go for magic. We go for red. We go for other blues. We go for whatever. Blue is the bread and butter of this deck. This is why I dub this as the Burning Abyss of the Edison format. Ojamas are. Ojama Red because you can swarm. If you open red, blue, let's say, for instance, you can go red, summon them, and then get huge gains off, or you can go for a board wipe with something like Lightning Vortex or Torrential Tributing their field, then summoning red, summoning all the Ojamas from your hand, pushing for 1,000 or 5,000 damage. Pretty good. So Rescue Cat. The ideal situation is you want them to summon something like a Card Trooper or something with a low amount of attack or something along the lines of that. And then you're going to go Cat into double blue, crash, crash to get a +3. So +1 off the Cat, +1 off the blue, +1 off the blue, turning one card into 4 cards. Essentially, getting everything going. This is the biggest ramp up card in the deck, and I wasn't playing it for a while, but it's kind of hard not to play it. At the very least, you go Rescue Cat into a couple names to allow you to poly for 2 cards. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, it's just I feel like it needs to be in the deck. Rescue Cat's really cute. Sangan because we want to search, Debris Dragon, we want to search King of the Swamp, we want to search Morphing Jar, we want to search that cat, or at the very least search a blue. You know what I mean? Just this deck or this card doesn't necessarily. I might even like play like maybe one Battle Fader just to have that toolbox, just to be prevented from being OTK'd with a Sangan. Like Sangan being opened as another Fader into a toolbox-ish-esque type card. I don't know yet, but Sangan just feels like it needs to be in the deck, just as another blue. You know what I'm saying? So then we got Ojama Blacks, Ojama Green, Ojama Yellow is maxed out because I feel like that just really leaning into the deck, leaning into the vanillas is just going to. I just feel like you have to go all in, or else you can't. You know what I mean? Like if you don't go all in on the vanillas, then the magics are never live enough for it to matter, and it becomes more sacky the less copies you have. I feel like, you know what I mean. So if you're playing like one of each and then you draw one, then you immediately lose the game because now you have no way to put that back in your deck. But if you just you draw a couple vanillas, it's not the end of the world because we're playing cards like Lightning Vortex, Card Destruction, Morphing Jar, Karma Cut, and Regeki Break just to kind of utilize dead cards in your hand, plus then Polymerization to make those dead cards in your hand into knights. You know what I mean? It's not the most optimal plays, but they're not completely useless as they could be as normal vanillas. So now we play Card Destruction because we want to really YOLO chuck those magics to this guy. Say you open 2 magic and a Card Destruction, you can discard them. Blam, wow, bing, you search 6 more cards. Future Fusion, because 2 plays off Future Fusion, you either get to thin your deck 3 cards by going for Ojama King, or you get to put blue in the graveyard by going for Ojama Knight. So if you go for blue, then you can Debris Dragon the blue back, I believe. Yeah, I believe that works. Whatever. So Future Fusion, put the blue in the grave, Debris Dragon it back. Future Fusion, put the blue in the graveyard, Ojama Country the blue back, stuff like that. Those are the 2 main plays. Lightning Vortex because we need to have options for like a Duplock. Duplock's pretty popular, or just cards that you just can't really deal with. Wipe the board, summon red, summon a bunch of Ojamas, go for a big amount of damage, etc. Ojama Country allows us to go for our Monarch play. It allows us to go for a Synchro play because you can go Debris Dragon, bring back blue, and then go for, just thought about that. We should go Mistworm as well. Or is that not a dragon? Shit, never mind. Okay, sorry about that. So then we would go Ancient Fairy Dragon or a Black Rose Dragon. So you can. Wait, never mind. That's what Junk Synchron. My bad. Take that back too. So you go for Red Dragon, Archfiend, or a Stardust. I'm so sorry. This is now bad video. Boom. So you can go with that off country. Country goes into Knight. You can bring back King. You can bring back Knight with country. You can bring back your blue to float and stall, or just summon whatever. It's just kind of like it's really good. It's hard not to want to play 3, but 2 just seems to work a little bit better because you get the effect off a few times. I don't know. I just like because you search it so much that playing 2. I don't know. In most games, I'm only resolving the deck or the effect 3 times max. So I feel like playing 3 doesn't seem too valuable when we're searching for the card with blue. We could play terraforming if we really wanted to see it more. But like if this was maybe like a YuGiOh version, I would be more comfortable playing 3. But 2 just seems to work. We got the 3 magic because if you can get it off, you get massive amount of plus, right? So you get a bunch of plus, you fill up your grave, whatever, do everything. And at the very least, it's just another name for country to bring back a knight, bring back a knight, bring back a king, bring back a blue, which isn't bad. So I just playing 3 just for the extra name for Ojama country. And just to see it as much as possible in your starting hand with like a card destruction, morphing jar, karma cut, Regeki break, etc., lightning vortex. All those cards can make this effect activate, and then you get a big search off of it. So it turns a lightning vortex into a -1 into a +2, more so, you know what I mean? Just like it technically is, even though it feels kind of bad, but it is thinning your deck too. If you do resolve 2 Ojamagics, you get 6 cards out of your deck. Now you're playing a 34 card deck. Polymerization, because we want to go for knights, we want to go for that king. King happens a lot more than I thought, but knight is going to primarily probably be your card you're going to go for. But either or, like these are just like so underrated, snatching up 3 zones from your opponent. It really limits what they are able to do, in my opinion. And we'll get to it, but yeah. Pot of Avarice, because with all the polymerization, the one of the best parts about this card is that it, like, let's say a king. If you polymerization for a king, you're using a lot of cards, yes, 3, but you're setting up 4 cards to be put back into the deck with Pot of Avarice and allow you to get that Pot of Greed effect, you know what I'm saying? So like this card does set up the graveyard very quickly, very fast. It gives you very recurring beaters. So like if you did Magic and you had a country and you had that knight and you polyed, you'd want to go for the knight maybe and just have the extra one in your hand so that you can resolve Ojama country and bring that beater back multiple times a turn, make them deal with it multiple times. And at the very least, summoning Ojama King or Ojama Knight in defense position creates a 25 beater or a 25 big butt monster that they have to deal with now. Pot of Avarice, you know what I'm saying? You Ojamagic, polymerization, future fusion, whatever. Graveyard fills up really quickly. You got King of the Swamp fills it up. Debris Dragon Synchro Place fills it up. Blue is getting attacked. Red's going down. All these crazy things are happening that Pot of Avarice is just really going to help you keep that momentum going and refill plays. And essentially, like, the main thing you want to do is reset so that Ojamagic is alive again for you to get that effect off again. Then the Karma Cuts, because you want to discard. This one feels better than Phoenix Wind Blast because it just banishes a lot of problems, like banishing the Treeborn, banishing a Dupe Frog, banishing a Substitute, banishing cards like that just to deal with problems. And it doesn't destroy. So it beats like Stardust and shit like that. Ojama Trio, because this is like the spicy tech, which actually allowed me to win. I think this is going to allow this deck to win a lot of games. So it's searchable. So you can go blue, search blue. Like if you have blue, search trio, poly, for that knight. Then during their draw phase, flip up the trio. Now they're locked. They can't tribute it for a tribute summon. So unless they have like an econ or something like that, they can't play the game. So then it allows you to just sit back, wait for cards to come in, set your plays up, go wacky wild, summon a bunch of monsters, get those plays up. You know what I'm saying? So then we got the Regeki break because this is like our MST, which allows us to pitch magics, pitch vanillas, pitch all these things, and just deal with problems on the map. I would like to play 3 or like more discard cards, but it's just like the deck has a lot of like room issues. So like maybe the debris could come out for another break. Maybe we can put a heavy storm in so that we can like set magic and then heavy storm, blow up our own card, and then search off that too. There's a lot of different little variations we can make here. I just haven't quite figured out the formula yet because this is still in the theory craft. Then we got Torrential Tribute. So that's I feel the best version of Ojama decks that I've made this far, and I hope you guys have been enjoying the Ojama deck run, I guess. So hope you enjoyed this list. Hope you have a nice day. Oh, I forgot about one poly play. Sorry. So if you have polymerization Sanguine, King of the Swamp. I know it's not going to seem very relevant, but if that does happen, then you can summon Sanguine and go into Sandwich and then get the search right off and then search right into your cat. That's why I'm playing this until I figure out something better to play. So with all that being said, I hope you have a nice day. Hope you enjoyed the list. See you later.